Hello everyone. In the previous class, we began our journey into the world of the judiciary. Today we are going one step deeper. In this part, we will understand how courts are structured, how appeals work, and how common people get justice. By the end of this lesson, you will clearly see how our judicial system works step by step. Let's begin our journey. Before we move ahead, let's quickly recall what we learned in part 1. We discussed the rule of law, the role of the judiciary, and why the judiciary must be independent. Now the big question is, how do courts actually function in real life? So today we will learn how courts are structured and how people finally get justice. To deliver justice across such a large country, India has a well-organized court system. There are 3 levels of courts. 1. Subordinate or district courts. 2. High courts. 3. Supreme Court. You can imagine this structure like a pyramid. The base is wide, many district courts. The middle, high courts. The top, only one Supreme Court. Let us understand each level one by one. Let us start from the bottom of the pyramid, the subordinate or district courts. These are the courts where most people go first. They are located at district or town level. They hear many different types of cases. Each district court is headed by a district judge. So remember, for most citizens, the journey of justice begins here. Above the district courts are the high courts. Important points to remember. Every state has a high court, some states share one. High courts were first established in 1862. Delhi High Court started in 1966. Today India has 25 high courts. Some high courts also have benches for better accessibility. High courts mainly hear appeals from lower courts. But above them is the highest court of India. At the very top of the pyramid is the Supreme Court of India. It is located in New Delhi, headed by the Chief Justice of India, the highest court in the country. Most importantly, its decisions are binding on all other courts. This ensures uniform justice across India. But how do these courts work together? Let's see. India follows an integrated judicial system. What does integrated mean? It means all courts are connected in one single system. The key rule is, decisions of higher courts are binding on lower courts. So, district courts follow high courts. High courts follow Supreme Court. This keeps the law consistent across the country. Now the big question, what if someone feels the judgment is wrong? This is where the appellate system becomes important. Under this system, a person can appeal to a higher court if they believe the lower court's judgment is not just. So justice in India is not one chance only. There are multiple opportunities to seek fairness. Let us understand this through a real case. To understand appeals better, let us look at a real case. Case state, Delhi Administration versus Laxman Kumar and others, 1985. In this case, Sudha Goel died due to burns on December 2, 1980. Her family filed a case in court. Now let us see what witnesses said. Neighbors gave very serious statements. They said, they heard Sudha scream. They found her sari in flames. Sudha reportedly said her mother-in-law poured kerosene, and her husband lit the fire. These statements made the case very serious. But what did the family say? Sudha's family and a neighbor added more information. They said Sudha was tortured by her in-laws and they demanded more cash, a scooter, a fridge. This suggested possible dowry harassment. Now let us see what the trial court decided. The trial court examined the evidence and gave its judgment. The court convicted Laxman, his mother Shakuntala, a brother-in-law Subhash Chandra, and all 3 were sentenced to death. But remember, because of the appellate system, the story does not end here. The accused appealed in the High Court. After reviewing the case, the High Court gave a very different judgment. It said, Sudha died due to accidental fire from a kerosene stove, and all accused were acquitted. But the matter still did not end. Women's groups protested strongly and filed an appeal in the Supreme Court. After hearing the case, the Supreme Court decided Laxman and his mother were guilty. Subhash was acquitted due to lack of evidence. The guilty were sentenced to life imprisonment. This case clearly shows how the appellate system works step by step. Now let us understand another important concept. The legal system has two main branches: criminal law, civil law. Both deal with different types of problems. Let us compare them. Criminal law deals with offenses against society such as theft, a dowry harassment, a murder. It usually begins with an FIR and police investigation, and punishment may include jail or fine. Civil law is different. It deals with disputes between individuals such as land disputes, rent matters, divorce. Here, the affected person files a petition, and the court gives specific relief. Now, even though courts are open to all, is justice equally accessible to everyone? In principle, all citizens can go to court, but in reality, many poor people face difficulties because of lack of money, complex paperwork, a long time required. To solve this problem, the Supreme Court introduced public interest litigation (PIL) in the early 1980s. Under PIL, any individual or organization can file. They can be filed on behalf of affected people. The process is simplified. Even a letter or telegram could be treated as PIL. This was a big step toward justice for all. One famous PIL was the Right to Food case, 2001. PUCL argued that Right to Life, Article 21, includes right to food. The Supreme Court directed the government to provide more employment, give cheaper food through ration shops, provide midday meals, appoint food commissioners. However, our system still faces challenges. We often say, justice delayed is justice denied. Cases take many years, and there is also a shortage of judges, especially in high courts and district courts. Let us quickly revise what we learned today. Courts are arranged in 3 levels. They work together through an integrated system. The appellate system allows appeals. Criminal and civil law handle different cases. PIL improves access to justice. But delays and shortage of judges still affect justice delivery. Understanding this system helps us become aware and responsible citizens. Now it's your turn. Write your answers clearly in the comment box. 1. What is appellate system? 2. Write one difference between criminal and civil law. 3. What is PIL? That's it for now. Thank you.